we're going to be making mobile sport for sprinting and making sprint shift instead of space today. So anyway. Hi Tony. Tony says, bro hit right when I get home. Hello Xeno Eyes, welcome to the stream. With the Ella message. Ella to you too. Hello, I mean. With the Ella message. Well, I keep losing like a sub every day. Like I like sometimes I gain like a decent amount, and then like I lose like one every day as well. So I kind of like go round up and down. I have no idea why. Okay, I'm gonna ping the server. That's not what I said. I said storyramming. That's what my message said. As you know, I then said dumb as because it's dumb as blank. That's like how you say it, not the other word, which can also be the same. I mean like dumb as a blank, except I just instead say dumb as correction. That's a way of saying it. And then Timmy Tickler says GG easy, first like no diff. That's crazy. Yep, we have 1 like on the stream now. Isn't that crazy? I need to like order this script a bit better. Okay, so the AI is an idiot. Is it correct now with 162? No, it's 146. The AI is a bit of an idiot. See if it's gonna be correct this time. 170. No. No Smiley attack. Okay. 236. And then we have line 245 is the wild true loop. I miss spec glossary so badly, yeah. There we go. Tony says court. Xenowise says I'm 9 and I cast spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Timmy Tickler says why are you leaking your age? Don't do that, with 2 sub emojis. Xenowise says he already knows my age. I don't remember. I actually completely forgot. Oh wait, Xenowise, you're all the way from back in Grace times. We have a have an old gen here. Amazing. Anyway, the Timmy Tickler says, I didn't know your age before this, and then they said, and then, Timmy Tickler said, AI equals an idiot. They teach that in APAI. And then XenoWise says, my little sis says that all day, and that they're watching their oh my gosh. Anyway, hello Bagel, welcome to the stream. XenoWise also says welcome. Tony says, Dark is 123,453,789 years old. The Timmy Tickler says, Old Gen, sob emoji, sob emoji, sob emoji, sun apocalypse, sob emoji, peace emoji. Bagel says, 7-6 new meme. No, please no. Wait a minute. If I added 1 line to make this, and added 2 lines to make this, which would make it 3, right? Because I added 2 lines since. And then this one I added 4 lines since, which means 150. And this line... Wait. Yeah, 4... Whoa, wait. I added 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, so this one's a 9. And this one's a 7. And then this one... what's it? 41? Let's see, is this true? I was right, my math was right. I'm so smart. XenoWise says 99 is better, then the Timmy Tickler says Dark is 5, which is wrong. And then they said, that comment was so funny, YouTube did it twice. Hey Whisk, do you want to enter VC, or do you got no time to live, got no time to, I don't know, the FNAF song. I was going to sing the FNAF song, but no, I just ended up just saying, got no time to live. Got no time to live and I can't say goodbye. Or I'd be something, all these memories from past winter that used to be to stay awake until the clock will chime, so I got the urge to kill something. You guys know that song? Bagel says, guys, you won't believe it, Game of Us pilot is today, tomorrow 1 AM for me. XenoWise says to the Timmy Tickler, did you know that if you go in Dark's profile picture and scroll on his live streams, you can find doors of me and other viewers? Yeah, all my streams are available to watch. The Timmy Tickler says, I'm at school right now, fire emoji. Dang. Does that mean you're committing a crime by having your phone out? I'd be really embarrassed if you showed me to your school friends. I'd be like so embarrassing. You just like went like, yo, look at this guy I'm watching. XenoWise says, how you have internet, blocked emoji, peace emoji. Oh wait, it's only blocked on OBS. On YouTube it actually appears, it's like eyes rolling emoji. Bagel says some streamers just delete old streams. Yeah. I've decided not to delete them because I don't want things to be lost media. But, like, I have crazy old videos where I was a really immature squeaker, so. Anyway, the Timmy Tickler says, I didn't, I'll have to check that out. And then they said yes. And then Bagel says 4G exists, which is also true. Anyway, let's... Local... PC sprint key equals local console sprint key. Do I want R2 or R1? Hold on. Controller layout. Which one's R2 and which one's R2 and which one's R1? I don't remember. Oh, it's RT? Oh, is this like a really old image? Oh, I don't remember. Is R2 the big trigger or the like smaller button? Anyway, the Timmy Tickler says, but I also have headphones, double negatives make a positive. And then Tony says, good idea, I'll watch later. Then Timmy Tickler said, I'm using school Wi-Fi, peace emoji, crying emoji. Dino Wise says, but yesterday my big sis was at school and she pictured a video of the teacher with a funny filter. Dang, okay. Probably wasn't allowed to do that. Bagel says, so you don't have 4G? Wizard says, hi Dark, hi Wizard, welcome to the stream. Timmy Tickler says, no sob. Bagel says, I'm talking to Timmy. Zeno says, I'm gonna go play Build a Kart Ride, I'm making a slippery slide. Okay, then have fun. I'm Wizard says, or just Wizard I mean, says, I just woke up to a moth trapped flying around in my room. I don't know how it got in. I tried helping it get out, but it kept flying into walls. What happened then? The TV Tickler says, is it dark? Bagel says, damn, having no 4G or 5G is crazy. My phone is like, goes between 3G and 4G. Although, I think 3G's been deprecated, so it's just 4G. But Tony says, my message didn't get sent. Basically, do you remember anything I said to add to the Mr. Smiley place? Hold on, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna switch to live chat. Maybe. I don't, actually, no, I think I'll do, keep it on top chat up here, but I'll have live chat here. In case I can see it, although the message didn't send at all, so. Anyway. Guys. What is the button to interact on Roblox for console stuff? Is it R2 or something? Should I switch this to R1? I don't remember the layouts, it's been too long. And it's R2 and R1, and I don't know which one wouldn't get in the way of clicking stuff. Because, or do you just hit, is there like an enter button? Oh, I don't know. Bagel says, I think you press Alt on PC. No, but like, when you're using a controller, is it like is it R2 or R1 that you use to essentially click? What is it? I don't know. It's been too long for me to remember. I'm pretty sure there's a button. It's Cartwheel streaming. No, it's Ideas channel. I'm seeing Fraz in YouTube in Carton server. Okay, Happy Boy Tony has DM'd me. Yo, we made a Mr. Smiley animation. It's a GIF. More like a gift, because this is fire. Look at this. What software did you use? Anyway, the typical says R1 is the button on the top and R2 is top back. So is like R2 the trigger, or is R2 the kind of like button that you kind of just click? Bagel says I don't have a controller with R1 and R2. Oh, well, in general, there's like the trigger, and then there's the button above the trigger. But I don't remember whether R2 detects the trigger or the button above the trigger. Oh, there's actually a question that's asked a lot. Okay, so the bumper is R1 and the trigger is R2. So I want it to be button R1. Okay, that's what I wanted. Anyway, I'm Wizard says, Dark, I sent you a dev form in DMs. Okay, hopefully this can help. What are the default Xbox controls? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a lifesaver. Okay, so walking is the left stick, camera is the right stick, chatting is unknown, but then someone says beneath that some of it's not live yet, but the bumpers are to select the tools in the backpack, which means they're already being used. The right trigger is to use a tool, the right stick is used for the first person toggle. The right stick is used to move the camera and scroll, and if you snap it, it is for the first person toggle. The D-pad is to move through GUIs, the left stick is to move character and to move through GUIs. Select is to enter and exit UI navigation mode, start is to open and close the menu, X is to leave the game from the menu, Y is to reset in the menu, B is to back in the menu, and A is to jump or activate a button. Okay, so the bumpers are all used to shuffle your items, but then how the hell do you have any free keybinds over to do literally anything else? Whatever, I guess I'm just gonna remove the silly goofy silly item that was in the inventory. Oh wait, there's no jumping! Oh wait, there's no jumping! I could just make it A. Although A is interact, so I'd have to manually change that. Hold on. If I do enum code A. Hold on. Okay, so the back controls aren't implemented by default, so I'm just gonna do R1. Or by default yet. Because it says the menu back, start, and Xbox buttons are all reserved to Roblox client. Backpack controls aren't in there by default yet. But that was in August of 2015. Oh my god. So it's probably out of date. We're just gonna keep going with R1. I am not gonna bother doing any more. Local mobile sprint button equals. We're just gonna do a not implemented yet. Oh. Okay. Reading chat now. Bagel says, I have RB, LB, RT, and LT. Yeah, sometimes they use B and T instead of 1 and 2. And then Timmy Particular says, I'm like 40 seconds behind, my bad. R3 is pressing down the right joystick. Bagel says, Timmy, I know I wanted to ask you a question. What are the R2 and R1? So the R2 is like the trigger, and the R1 is like the bumper. Okay, and then Timmy Particular says, that's my name, don't wear it out, pal. Wizard, after Bagel said Timmy. Wizard went, by the way, there's an option on Xbox to just use a cursor. Wizard says, I know that because I used to play Roblox with my sister and she was on Xbox. Wizard says, Dark, look what I said real quick. What you said. Oh, yeah, the option to turn it into a cursor. And Timmy Tickler says, R2 is the trigger, and I already read that. Bagel says I have 4 buttons on the top. Bagel says, okay, so LT is L2 and LB is L1. I guess so. Timmy Tickler says controllers usually have engravings on them on the triggers. Yes. Anyway, Bagel says, oh right, I'm looking at an Xbox 360 controller, and Boratoni says, I got a great idea. Hold on, I'm going to round up all of these, because I don't need them to be... I'm just going to round all of them up. Okay. I can't remember the vocab, I'm just going to see if the AI can see, just can figure it out. Okay, anyway, the AI probably got the rest of it wrong, but it got, this part in. Okay, so, yeah, it got this part wrong. Got all of it wrong, except for the actual checking stuff. Okay, input, and then we have input ended. Okay, so basically, in here, we just do... We just put that in there. And then in here, we put that. And then we delete this. And now if we hit test, shift should be sprint. Never mind. R1 is not a valid member. I'm in testing mode, isn't that great? I guess I don't use R1 anymore. Oh wait. There it is. It's button R1 and R2. I guess since there's no jump, I might do... I'll keep with button R1. But if it's not good, then I'll just switch it. Okay, Timmy Tickler says I'm gonna go because I have to switch to 6 hour. Okay then. Hold on, is the sprint not working because of the shift lock? I bet it's the shift lock, isn't it? Yeah, it's the shift lock. Okay, good to know. I need to disable shift lock. I have no idea why I still had shift lock anyway. Okay. No more mouse lock. Now the sprint should work. And the game process thing stops it from playing when you're typing, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and now it's shift to sprint. In most situations, the more you use a loop, the better the loop gets for you. But the more you use a loop, the more likely there's no need for the loop anymore because there's nothing to do in said loop. So I think that's pretty balanced. Anyway, Wizard says, Loki, let me VA for Mr. Smiley. I have the ability to distort my voice. Maybe, I don't know. I might do some competition sometime with like 3 lines and see which voice I like the most. But I don't know. Okay. Okay, also I'm redesigning Smileware. I realise I've never mentioned that. I'm redesigning Smileware, so. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna background this. Then I do. This isn't high enough resolution anyway. John Grace says, hello, I'm new to this live stream. Welcome to the live stream. What is the pixel count? 32. Let's make it 64. Is there a way to make this symmetrical? Oh wait, I know. I'll make a new layer and I'll draw a line down. Gosh. Okay, so this is the side that I can work with. Then I go back on this layer. And then I also make the circle. So on this layer I won't mirror it, so it'll just be me drawing the circle. I'm gonna make everything 1 pixel now, because I can only make the circle 1 pixel, so 3 pixels, and I'm not making pixels. Do pixel. And then we're gonna go make a new layer, and this is where we're gonna draw the smile. That says play Blocktail. Okay, and then we have that. That's pretty decent eye. And then we're gonna make the actual eye, which is actually gonna still follow the rules of what a Mr. Smiley is. But it's gonna have its unique sort of flair to it. And then we duplicate this layer. We hide that. We actually don't duplicate. Just it's okay. And we're gonna create this layer. We're gonna select the whole layer. Like that. Then we're going to hit this and that. And we're going to this and flip it horizontally. Then we're going to move it along. Okay, and then we're going to merge down. Okay. Also, John Grace did specify they're new, which is nice because a lot of people just say hi and I have to debate whether or not I know them or not. Anyway, Bortoni says, this stream is peak, and John Grace says, I don't know why, but the other half looks like a cartoon person dead, lol. I mean, it kind of does. And it's a bit of the vibe I'm going for, to be honest. Oh, and they've retracted their message. Okay. Maybe I should have cleaned up the side before mirroring it, I realise. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Wizard says, too symmetrical. It's meant to be symmetrical. Okay, and get rid of this. It's full of overlapping instantly thin pixel or inconsistent thickness or whatever. And we're also needing to move it all along because, yeah, I'm just gonna move it along and down. I've been muted this entire time! No! Oh my gosh. I don't know how long I've been mute for. Did you guys hear me say play block tell? And then say no. When Fraz asked, or have I really been muted for that long? How long have I been muted for? Oh my gosh. Anyway, Tony said this stream is peak, and John Grace earlier had said something along the lines of, "Why does that half of his face look like a cartoony dead person?" And I said, "That's kind of the point, I guess." And then they deleted their message. Then Wizard went, "Too symmetrical. To be honest, it looks like he did half of it, flipped it, and made it that." And my reply is, that's kind of the point, because it's meant to look like some malware thing. So it's going to look symmetrical. It's not meant to look hand-drawn. Like the Mr. Smiley in studio is perfectly symmetrical. You muted when I said TBH. It looked like it did half of it, flipped it, made it that. I see. Tony says, dark can be something simple to add to Smiley Place. Wizard says, low-key moths are the only valid insects. And I said, cool. And then, yeah, so to borrow Tony asking what they could add that's simple is, what could you add? I'm thinking. You should... I really want to see that maze with the pushable things. Is that the actual moth that was stuck in your room, Wizard? I don't know whether that's like a related image. And Wizard said it's like a colon 3 emoticon. Or Tony says, the maze. So just make it open to the server for like 15 seconds when be. Okay, Wizard says no, which I'm assuming is to whether that was the actual thing from the thing. John Grace says, it makes me think of that one virus called You Are an Idiot, or something like that. It is a bit like that, I guess. I'm gonna move it down by 1 pixel. Yo, bro, I'm gonna move your face down by 1 pixel. Watch this amazing change. You look so much better. Oh, Tony says, fix the middle teeth. Please, it's so weird. I think I fixed the middle teeth, guys. That's because I can't make it 1 pixel, because it would be asymmetrical, non-symmetrical. What if I just like pulled out an X and just did an X? Well, Tony says set canvas to 31 by 31. I will probably do that, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that, which I'm gonna have to along by 1, and then I'm gonna have to move this along by 1, and then I'm gonna actually mirror this entire thing over again so I can get the teeth in the right place, because the teeth are messed up. Well, not messed up, the teeth are gone. And I will do... I did that wrong. I did that very wrong. I know exactly why as well. Okay. This is the symmetry test. Oh. There you go, now it's symmetrical. Fishman just said Mr. Cuckoo. First says, instead of readjusting Mr. Smiley, it's not Mr. Smiley. Why don't you play Blocktails? Says Fraz. And Wizard says, away, 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 away. No, just away, away, away. I did it 4 times. Wizard said, Jude, I tried moving in Roblox and typed that. How'd you do a Y? Anyway, Fishman said, did you get the image I sent? I did. That says, Dark, when do we actually play Blocktails? When it's a Blocktails stream. Oh, not a game development. Oh, I am so funny. Fishman says, can you explain how the hell I get that of all the things when I wake up? No, I can't, Fish. I cannot explain why you got that image on your phone when you woke up. Anyway, that says you will feel greed, solitude, fear, and hatred. Wizard says DM. It's better not swear, but it's a Roblox thing, so you don't. Oh, because they have an animation, their animation where it scrolls down to a load of different games. I'm seeing Fish, Work at a Pizza Place, Natural Disaster Survival, a load of different stuff. I think it's cool that they actually have stuff that scroll when they do it. And they go all the way down just past Bee-Swarm to the Steel of Rock game, and then right at the end after the scrolling they go right back up to Bee-Swarm. Because, yeah. And then that was an image from a TikTok video that they sent. I'm pretty sure it's like a playing or rating Roblox games, and they skipped. They went up after they hit the Steel of Rock game, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, we're now going to drink the canvas. Oh no. Now we're going to delete this circle for another one. Why is it not symmetrical? Oh, faces. No, not a circle. I wanted a selection. I wanted to select. Roblox select. Oh, I didn't select the whole face properly. Oh, what? What is happening to this thing? Why is it not? What? How far from the edge? 1, 2, 3. How far from this edge? 1, 2, 3. Okay. What the hell happened then? I made it 31 by 31. Oh wait, no, 63 by 63, not 31 by 31. I'm gonna do a symmetricality test. I'm gonna see whether it's symmetrical. It's symmetrical, what's happened? Is it the circle itself? I think it's the thing itself isn't symmetrical. Oh my gosh, it is. The circle itself isn't even symmetrical. Okay. Now it shall be truly symmetrical. There we go. Phew. Anyway, John Grace says, Wizard said it's my official Roblox. Yeah. And then he sent me the actual video. I didn't realise they have episode 2 to now playing on Roblox. I did see the first one. John Gray says, gosh, I can't stand the brain rot. Fred says, Ness Coffee. Tony says, I will be put in Roblox Select, ... John Grace says, my age group is 9 to 12. What? Okay. Anyway, mine isn't that, so. Brad says, bro has the key to everyone's room. Nah, get out. Skull emoji, skull emoji, skull emoji, flash face. What is that supposed to mean? Skull emoji! Or however that guy says it. Skull emoji. I forgot how he says it. Ah. Skull emoji. Oh my gosh, I forgot how big that was. Skull emoji. Matt Rose. Exactly! Exactly! You know! You know the goat. Skull emoji! Okay. What if I made him blue? Okay, so this is Smileware's new design. And then we're gonna have the laugh. So we're gonna now fill these in. So that will be the jump scare, we'll just do that. Auto says make him glitch black and yellow maybe. I think I'll just keep it like this, to be honest. John Grace says I can't stop thinking of Dozer for some reason. Everybody who plays Grace says that Mr. Smiley is Dozer. Auto says come on man, a little more into the animation. The whole point of this is it's not like animated, it's like yeah. So it just reminded me of the animation you made of the Mr. Smiley face. Tony says lazy as / JK. I said as because it's like lazy as a dog or something. It's just you don't say what they're lazy as. That's what it is. Also, don't type no full screen. This software literally just doesn't let me full screen. Okay. So you know why it says holy? What only says no, like just the sound. I know. But like, oh wait, oh you just meant as like lazy. JK. Like, breathe out. Okay. I thought you meant, like, when people do, like, double H. Double H. Double the H's. As you know why it says, holy, my little sis almost got her finger cut. Damn. John Gray says, also, I like the frog on the corner. Yes, I do like Frog the Frog. Tony says, I don't swear, you ain't seeing that useless typo. Wizard said, you sound like you're trying to say blaha. or Baha, or however you pronounce it. That shark. That, I said frog the frog. It's frog. Is this the way you pronounce it is frog? Okay. Copilot says I should pronounce it as Blorhay. Wizard, there's a very big reason as to why his name isn't that anymore. If you would like to, you can search up the word to know what it means, but don't really want to be calling it that anymore, let's just say, because it turns out that means something else. Because I made a combination of the word wall and the word frog, and since WR doesn't really change the pronunciation, yeah. So, I ended up originally naming it without R. But, it's a bad word. Anyway, basically the original name turned out to be a derogatory term for someone, or a group of people. So that's why I don't call them that anymore. Because, I haven't really removed my old streams that unknowingly have it in. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. John Grace just said, also, why does Doza taste like lemon? Wizard says, Loki, I should try modeling with unions because I don't have Blender. Maybe. And you said, call him Og. Or Tony says, I'm a lemon, you evil. Anyway. Wizard says, sounded like I'm 11, you evil. No, I was reading Bortoni saying, I'm a lemon, you evil. Bortoni says, you might be muted as your audio cut off. No, I just stopped talking because I was reading a message. That was actually not relevant whatsoever. I have no idea why I did that, and I shouldn't have even acknowledged it because it made it even worse. Fine, we'll animate this a bit better and make some in-between frames. Why was that clipped? That was just me going, ah! But like, in a higher pitched tone. What is the necessity for that to be clipped? Did Dark just meow? No, I did not. But you almost just made me say the word, aka pretty much made me say the word, so... Might as well have, at this rate now. I don't know why I said might as well have. That's not true. I'm glad I haven't. Wizard said make his head spin. Maybe not. I literally just said ah in a higher pitched tone. Impulsively for no bloody reason. By the way, that wasn't obvious. Okay, John Grace said, wait, so Ball20 says, might have made the maze a bit too big, I'll try out a few badges. Ball20 says, dude, one of my characters gonna have their head spinning, sob. John Grace says, Mr. Smiley Face Guy, whatever his name is, will get dizzy and throw up. This is Smileware, although he is not the star of the show. Okay. So it goes that, then that, then that, then that. Hold on. Except it'll do that a lot more faster. Wizard says, check DMs and mute stream. I feel like you shouldn't have the stream audio on when watching them. Oh, yeah. I don't think I should have stream audio on if I'm watching those clips. Where is this? Oh. Okay. I was like dead silent for a moment there because I was just listening to something, but you guys couldn't hear it because they like video clips I wasn't gonna play on stream. Okay. Anything I need to add that I was thinking about adding? Hold on, I'm gonna grab something real quick. I made some notes and I forgot to grab them. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. I think that it needs no background. Because, yeah. It doesn't need a background. Well, I need one that doesn't have a background. Which is this. Which is a good reason as to why I have this. I can just colour this one and save it without the circle back. Okay. Just saving it now. Okay, that's one down, then we save this one. Well, Tony said, I missed a few messages. Well, Tony says, maybe make his teeth go different ways, and John Gray says, dang it, my message got an error. And well, Tony says, like every other go down instead, it could look more mechanical. Wizard says, I'm gonna go work on the music. It's just they replace all the stuff with G's. And then they said, what? I'm gonna go work on the music. And then John Grace says, also, I'm a small content creator that is named John Grace Gaming. Okay then. Well, Tony says, the maze is built, or built, now the badge. aka the maze is built. I just wanted to say it the way it's spelt. Okay, now, what do I name this? Because I had open mouth and closed mouth. I guess mid-open mouth and mid-closed mouth? Like I have southeast and whatnot? Okay. Now we're gonna save the project file. Okay, and then we can close the project file, and then we can upload the cows. Upload assets. Okay. We upload it? Okay, and we're uploading. Oh. Just did it. I don't know. Upload. Yeah, I uploaded. Oh, upload id mouth. Then upload closed mouth. Okay. Wizard says, might do something else, I don't know, let me just send you this, check DMs. Okay. Okay. Okay, John Grace says, okay, so how does this game work, or how does Smiley work? You'll see once I, place the images of Smileware. No idea how good. Okay, okay. I hit play. Oh yeah. Oh, did he send me? Oh, yeah. Okay. Basically, Smileware will appear, and if you are sprinting when it checks, it will appear on your screen. Okay. Where's Smileware CD? Oh, it's actually like right at the start there. Then. But it ought to be in here, maybe? I know, I'd say just keep it there. Okay. Okay, so something happened or whatever, I don't know how to describe it. I will have to end off stream way earlier than expected. There's a chance I can start it up again later today, but right now I do have to go. So yeah. But yeah, there's a chance I will come back later in the day. That's the caveat to streaming every day. Sometimes I start up a stream and then I go, wait a minute, there's something I had to do, and now I actually have to end it even though I just started it because I forgot about something, and that's happened now. So, bye guys. See you hopefully later today, but there's a chance it's tomorrow. Bye Slapper. I don't actually remember you, but I am actually ending off the stream now, sorry. If it depends whether you joined during the last sentence I said or not, whether this is going to be really annoying and confusing. But yeah. Okay, yeah, I do recognise that username. Hello, welcome, I recognise you. But I actually have to end. There's a chance I do it later today, if not tomorrow. But something happened, so something's cropped up, because I completely forgot about something that I have to do, so I'm gonna have to end it off there. As I said, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Bye guys. See you all. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time no see, but I really can't chat right. Sorry. See you all.